Hi, everybody. Good morning and happy Friday. I wanted to share with you today one of my favorite self-care practices because it gets so much bang for the time, so to speak, so many benefits. So, do you want to not only de-stress, but also prevent aging of your face? So, in acupuncture, one of the things that we can offer is facial rejuvenation acupuncture. And in 6 to 12 treatments, we can get the face rejuvenated, which means we can reduce fine lines and wrinkles. And then also, I teach my patients this practice of acupressure in order to maintain the results. So, what I love about the system of traditional Chinese medicine, it's a complete holistic healing system that offers these self-care practices. And you don't need a whole bunch of tools. You don't need an acupuncture license. You don't need needles in order to get results. This is what's so exciting. And I want to explain for a moment how you get such big results from doing acupressure on the face that I will lead you through. You just do 5 to 8 repetitions of acupressure on the face. Now, this not only will promote collagen production, good blood circulation to the face, supporting muscle tone and reducing fine lines and wrinkles, creating a more even skin tone, a more vibrant, healthy glow, more muscle tone and lift, and also reduce and prevent fine lines and wrinkles. You will also, from this acupressure practice that you can do while you're watching TV, or while you're reading a book. With one hand, you can hold your book, and the other hand, you can do simple acupressure with just one finger on these points I will show you. It only takes 10 seconds of pressure to activate an acupuncture point. So you just do 10 seconds and you start to go into a pattern that I'll show you in a moment of certain key acupuncture points that you are activating with just the pressure of your finger. And it doesn't even have to be an extreme amount of pressure. You don't have to poke yourself to the point that you're uncomfortable. It's totally unnecessary. So mild pressure on these points will not only give you a wonderful, youthful, healthy, glowing face that you can maintain, but it will also relieve stress. So I want to explain how that works for a moment. So when we go into a fight or flight sympathetic nervous system response called stress, right, which can happen from just fearful thoughts, right, from watching news reports, for example, during this whole COVID-19 experience, right, we get triggered. So when we feel fear from thoughts, it's not just a physical threat like thousands of years ago when we were humans living in nature in the jungle. We had physical threats from actual animals, right? And so it's not only the physical threat, but thinking about the threat, because the mind creates a physiological reaction of the nervous system fight or flight sympathetic stress response. So there's a physical effect from us sensing, seeing, thinking we are being threatened. And so when that happens, when we notice it, we want to turn that switch, right? The light came on for stress, and now we're going to push the switch down, turn that off, because we want to be in our healing, rejuvenating, parasympathetic rest, digest, repair response more of the time so that our immunity is turned on, our digestive system is turned on, and all of the wonderful resources, the miraculous self-healing power of our body is on to create our best health, best quality of life, most energy, mental clarity, right? Less inflammation, less pain. And so this simple practice of facial rejuvenation acupressure will not only help to give us a youthful glow, but also to de-stress our entire body, mind, and spirit by turning off this fight or flight stress response. So what happens in fight or flight stress response, I invite you to start to notice, right? When you watch scary things on the news, when you think about challenges, problems you're working on solving, when some type of emergency threat kind of situation comes up in your life, notice what happens in your body. This is how it ties into having fine lines and wrinkles over time because we scrunch our face. So, the natural physiological effect of a stress response, whether it's to thoughts that were planted by what we watched on TV or an actual physical stress, we are on a vacation, we're on a hike, and there are actual mountain lions, there are signs. One of my favorite hiking places, Franklin Canyon, here in Los Angeles, an urban city, has signs at the entrance. It's 250 acres, Franklin Canyon. There can be mountain lions in there, and they warn you of that as a hiker. So you take a hiking stick, you take a really awesome dog that's a member of your family, right? You make noise, right? You hike in groups. Like, these are things, right, that are recommended. So we still, even in an urban environment, could have a real physical threat too. Like, I had a car accident as a pedestrian crossing the street in New York City. I had the walk signal. I thought it was safe to cross the street, but this car made a left turn into the intersection and hit me physically going 40 miles an hour. So there are physical threats that are shocking, right? And also things like the news or a communication, right, with a family member. Maybe an emergency comes up. So, how do we respond is the question here. So, if we notice, once we recognize there's a threat, what happens in our body? We'll shrug our shoulders up. This is why we get knots in our shoulders. We do all of this subconsciously. We shrug up our shoulders, we scrunch our face. Have you noticed how we can start to get lines between our eyebrows, right? And scrunching our face, we'll get lines around the eyes, right? And when we're deep in thought and we're analyzing things, looking for solutions to problems, we can have these scrunched looks on our face. We'll lean forward, we'll breathe shallow. So, not leaning back with our lungs more expanded, not doing a complete breath to the full extent of our lungs that actually go down to our hips, right? We breathe shallow. We don't get enough oxygen. We keep residual carbon dioxide in our lungs, trapped in the bottom of our lungs. This makes us irritable. It serves us to get into this stance, right? Clenched hands, clenched feet, shrug shoulders up, lean forward, breathing shallow, scrunching face, because our body is prepared for a physical threat. We're like in a boxer stance now, right? We can defend ourselves, right? Turning our backs to the threat. We have that whole rib cage to protect our inner organs, right? So this is a stress response developed over millions of years of human evolution. This is how our body responds to stressful thoughts, right? And so it affects not only our face, but our whole body. So if we notice, what is our body telling us? If we have these fine lines and wrinkles in these areas, what is our body telling us? If we have knots in our shoulders, right? We all have these places in our body where our stress sits. And from the vagus nerve, from our amygdala in the back of the brain, this is our trauma center, response center. That vagus nerve goes down from the amygdala in the back of the brain in response to stress, sending a message all the way down into our abdomen. So again, our digestion is shut off. Our gut makes our immune system, so that's shut down. And that's why we have these digestive symptoms when we're under stress. That stress message is going through our vagus nerve into our gut, through our chest. Do we have that chest tightness? Do we have that knot in our stomach and in our abdomen? These are all of these stress responses that show up in our body. We also clench our hands and our feet, and so we can feel this tension everywhere. But the magic is, the reason why I'm telling you this, and I'm going to share this facial rejuvenation acupressure practice with you. We just need to choose one place of tension, right? And release that one place, and our whole entire body will release that stress. We'll shift our entire nervous system, our entire body, by releasing one area that's tense in this full body stress response. This is where the magic happens. So that means if you're watching a show on TV or reading a book, or you're just going to take 10 minutes, it's just 10 minutes, and you're going to do some acupressure on your face following this pattern, which I'll share a chart with this video. The chart actually comes from an ancient traditional Chinese medicine therapeutic technique called gua sha, in which we use stone tools to do acupressure. But you don't need the stone tools. You don't need to go on Amazon and buy anything else. You can follow the same pattern with your fingers. So when I give these videos, I want to keep things simple for you, accessible. You can start right now. It's nice and easy. So with this facial acupressure pattern, we're going to do these points 5 to 8 times in a row. And it's as simple as pressure with your finger for just 10 seconds. So what I like to do is, instead of counting 1,000, 1,000, just attach it to your breath. So just open up your chest, sit back. I have a pillow behind me to help me lean back, right? And have good open lungs to have a complete breath down into my abdomen. And so we're just going to place our hand on our abdomen for a moment just to remind us. We're going to breathe into that hand. So just taking a deep breath into the abdomen, releasing it with the sound or sigh, you'll feel more relaxed. So we can do this practice throughout the day anytime we feel stressed. For even just 3 big deep breaths, we'll feel a difference. And just feel your hand on your abdomen, feel the air go in there. So I like to start any practice with just 3 big deep breaths, just to take the edge off. Just lean back, open our lungs, take 3 big deep breaths. Even just that alone throughout the day can help take that edge off, bring us out of fight or flight, release some stress, get us present and focused in the moment, and not wrapped up in those stressful thoughts of the problems and challenges that we're facing. And so now this is very simple. We're just going to take one finger, nice and easy, and we're going to follow this chart. And I'll share this chart with the post to this video. So this is your facial rejuvenation acupressure that will not only give your face a beautiful, healthy, natural glow, reduce fine lines and wrinkles, better tone. You will also relax your whole body, relieve your stress response, get yourself back into your ideal state of parasympathetic rest, digest, and repair. So we're going to take one finger first. So just following up here through the middle of the eyebrows, we're going to go right in the middle of our forehead. So all of those fine lines and wrinkles that can build up in our forehead, the acupressure for just 10 seconds, which we can do by just breathing in and out. Just one breath. Let's just start there. One big deep breath is almost equivalent to 10 seconds. You can do 1 to 3 deep breaths with the acupressure on the point. So for the purpose of this video staying short, I'm just going to do one big deep breath. And that's the time that I hold the point. So this is bringing all this attention of circulation and blood flow back to the forehead to nourish the skin, relax these muscles, increase circulation, and bring oxygen, blood, and body fluids, but also pressure. Any pressure anywhere in the body activates our lymphatic system. We want to move out any inflammatory fluids, any waste products that have been released from the cells, and assist them, drive them back into the lymphatic system to clear out of our body. And that's what the pressure is doing. It's sending a message to clear out what we no longer need and make space for all the new blood and body fluids and all the healing supplies, so to speak, like a construction site, to come and repair this skin, this tissue, and relieve tension. So now we did this point in the middle for the forehead. We're going to go around the eyebrows. Now, too, just feel. You can feel your eyebrows to give you a map if you're not doing this in front of a mirror. You can do this in front of a mirror in the beginning. And then once you get into the habit and you know where the points are, this is something that you can do just while you're watching a show, a movie, a TV show. And so then we're just following around 3 points on top of the eyebrow, in the very center and in the middle. I had to get my screensaver to not shut off. And then on the sides here. So we just follow the eyebrows, taking one deep breath. That's how long we hold the points. Now, out from the very corners of the eyes is another point here. So we're just going to breathe in. Then we're going to go into the center here. We can feel that little tear duct by the corners of our inner eyes. Just doing one big deep breath. So here, right in the middle of our cheeks here, we can feel that bone right here through our cheekbone. So we're going right up from the edge of that in the middle. Now we're going to go here on the very sides of the nostrils. And here on the corners of the mouth. And as we follow out the corners of the mouth, this masseter muscle is what gets clenched. So when we're under stress, we'll clench this muscle. So this point is just about in the middle of that muscle. So we can feel the cheekbones here and just go down right here on the sides. And if you've been clenching your jaw, which we'll do unconsciously if we're thinking, feeling stress from thinking stressful thoughts, will subconsciously clench our jaw. So this is related to that TMJ, right? The pain in the jaw from subconsciously clenching the jaw. Under stress, we can release it by just pressing this acupuncture point for 10 seconds. Another trick I want to give you for TMJ, I teach all of my patients with TMJ, jaw pain, clenching pain. You want to take the tip of your tongue and put it on the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. And you want to train yourself to put your tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth whenever you're not speaking. And that prevents you from clenching this masseter muscle in your jaw, and that can alleviate jaw pain and stop your pattern of creating TMJ by subconsciously clenching your jaw whenever you are thinking stressful thoughts throughout the day. It's that easy to help yourself with your TMJ. So tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind your front teeth whenever you're not talking to prevent clenching our jaw under stress. And then this point here we just did will also help to release that too. And now, right here in the middle of the chin, we're going to press that point. And I'm going to turn my head because there's here. So if we can feel the top of our ear cartilage here, and we go just down and in front, and then we can usually feel this hairline too, right? It makes a little triangle. That's the point. And two, from stress, this can feel a little tender, especially if you tend towards the TMJ. And it's just one nice breath we're doing. And then we're going to follow down here too. And again, if we've been clenching our jaw because it's an automatic response to thinking stressful thoughts and having stressful events happen, this can be tender too. So again, if we follow the very bottom of our ear and just go forward, we'll usually find that tender spot on that acupressure point that's directly below that other one we just were. And then breathing in. So I invite you to do this practice and see how you feel. Even if we just went around once, like we just did, we can feel less stress, more relaxed, more present, more calm. It only takes a few minutes. Even if we just did that 5 minutes a day. Once we learn the pattern, which I'll share the chart with you with this video, you can do this anywhere. So if we had a stressful experience running errands, the lines, whatever had happened when we went to the store, when I get into my car and I feel that stress response of an overwhelming kind of emotion, perhaps an exhaustion or frustration, being rushed, what have you, or I'm thinking about challenges and problems I need to solve while I'm running the errands. When we get into the car, after we take our gloves off, we can sanitize our hands and we can just take a moment to breathe into our abdomen while we're leaning back. Even just 3 big deep breaths with a sigh can calm us down. And if you want to take a few more minutes, you can do these points we just did with a deep breath for each one in order to help us release this stress response, not only in our face, but throughout our whole body by just pressing on these points with our fingers. Even if we just do 1 round, we'll feel better. We'll be more calm. If you have more time, you can do the 5 to 8 times. You can do this practice every day as a habit when you sit down to watch your favorite TV show or movie in the evening. I recommend watching comedies, very stress relieving, and laughter is the best medicine. It's been well researched to raise endorphins, boost immunity, and release stress too. So when you lay down on the couch or sit down on the couch to watch a comedy, a good show, to give yourself this support, you can also do this practice too. If you're stressed running errands through the day, you can take a moment to do this practice right in your car. You can just for a minute to 5 minutes and feel a difference. And what's fun is that especially whenever we start a new exercise or workout routine of any kind, this is a workout. We're stimulating blood flow and clearing out our lymphatic system of any waste products of our cells. We're giving our body the message to pay attention to this area of our body. That's what we do with exercise routines as well. And that's why we have 6-week challenges. And that's why we recommend 6 to 12 weeks of facial acupuncture treatments. And then I teach my patients this practice to maintain the wonderful results that we achieved in the 6 to 12 weeks. Because if we send these messages to our body, for just the 6 weeks, which is why we have 6-week challenges in gyms. I was a yoga instructor since 2007, and I worked in gyms for 6 years, and I ran 6-week challenges. I was a physical trainer as well, because we see a change. If we do the work, we're guaranteed the result. The body will respond to our efforts, and we will see it. So just hang on for 6 weeks. You just need to do this a minimum of 3 days a week. You can do it every other day and you will see results. So in the gym with strength training, for example, every other day, 3 days a week, you're guaranteed results that you can see in 6 weeks. So you decide what's the easiest time for you to do this practice every other day, 3 days a week for 6 weeks, and you will give yourself positive results of less stress, more relaxation, better immunity, better digestion, as well as wonderful results that you can see in the mirror of having less wrinkles, less fine lines, and a healthier skin tone, healthier glow. And so I wanted to share this with you to help you care for yourself, liberate yourself from stress, and also enjoy the results of looking and feeling more well. And I call it forever young. I don't age anymore. I've chosen not to do that with traditional Chinese medicine and practices like this. I don't have to age anymore. I'll be 47 years old in a few days, and I don't need to wear makeup, and I don't need an extensive regime of facial care products, and I don't have fine lines and wrinkles. I am maintaining myself with these kinds of practices, and it's I'm so excited to share that with you, to empower you to be able to be your own medicine and show up for yourself and get the results that you really can enjoy long term. So I hope you enjoy this practice. Let me know how it goes with any questions or comments. And with this video, you'll see the chart of where the points are located. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next Friday again. All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye. I'm going to press my little buttons on the internet's super highway here to end this video. You enjoy yourself and have a great weekend. You be well. Bye-bye.